Initiate, you stand here by no accident. Destiny has pressed your map into the ancient soil where primal forces stir. Before you lies the abyss, its depths reaching into the very strength of African soul songs, a place where the coils of law contort in shadow. Take a breath filled with whispers from an age when words were woven with the imprint of the universe. Understand that as you embark on this journey with only the humility of your awakening self as a guide, you are answering a call that has echoed through human consciousness for millennia. Feel the water's chill beckon. Dare you let it take your hand? This is no mere body of sustenance. It's an entrance to a covenant older than any tribe, any tongue. Intertwined within that coolness are spirits dashingly elusive, shrouded by tales told in hushed awe beneath the moon's silver glow. As your guide, it falls upon me to help you navigate these mysteries best left unsung, for this passage is not purely knowledge sought, it is transformation demanded. Those sequestered secrets cradled by river guardians are enticingly lethal and fragmented codes to awakening. Who or what will you be on emerging from these abysmal waters? A shaper of wills? Mercy seeker? Each eternally revealed in water's mirror is a testament to the many that answered its murmur before you. Your chosen answers shall be traced upon your soul as lines of a new script in life's grand play. So breathe deep, brave soul, venturing into unyielding spaces within yourself. Let loose all worldly bindings and permit the primordial cadence of drumbeat to possess you. For you must change, I forewarn. Yet across this abyss lies enlightenment's glean, treasure beyond mortal measure. Should you dare swim where the serpents call home. One. Eclipsed origins, serpents of the primeval night. The night sky writes the first chapter of our chronicle, the celestial ink still fresh with creation's dew. In the silence before the dawn, in the pitch of a time that knew no sun, the Ogdoad of Khemetic lore stirred. These pairs, Nu and Naunet, Heh and Hauhet, Kek and Kauket, Amun and Amaunet, they were the formless and the hidden ones that laid the abyssal darkness from which our world was woven. Listen to their whispers, those serpentine deities restless beneath inky canvases. They are woven with shadows and secrets, encapsulating an existence so vast it evades our uncompounded understanding. They are not merely dwellers of dark plains, but masters of a liminal space where life's perpetual dance spins to a primal song's hum. As you wade deeper into this sea of primordial essence, feel the presence of serpents far ancient than nature remembers. Their scales glimmer like constellations, abiding by laws not laid down by humankind. Their eyes glint with the knowledge and chaos bound in the nucleus of all being. In this first, allow me to guide your path through the myths as charted by people who foresaw a balance between chaos and cosmos. Meet Apep, the embodiment of utter abysmal depths, falls to light and order. Despite Ra's vigilance, Apep strives perpetually to consume every dawn. Here we explore the birthing center of all existence. How from unyielding absence cascades life, the cyclical ventures of death and rebirth embodied in the slithering egress across dimensions outside our grasp. These stories entangling serpent lore reveal themselves as not mere tales, but foundational elements directing us towards confrontation with elemental forces birthed from coupling lightness with void. Patronarily step, for these cosmic serpents remind us your journey is not merely about viewing creation, but about unearthing substrates upon which you script the emergence of your inner universe. Learn from those inchoate cries that bade matter split from nothing, those heralds from which time itself unfolded, tendril by seeking tendril. As we reach the realm's edge where day attempts to cloak night, leave behind with your innocence any solace structured within simplistic constructs. The eternal dance that birthed stars and stoked God's feet is one which you now partake. Where this labyrinthine river flows, the serpents await primordial night, casting upon you both burdens and beatitudes of forgotten bloodlines. Two, the mark of ink and blood, forbidden seals and rites. We journey onward to sacred groves, the liminal spaces far removed from the gaze of the uninitiated, a hollow nexus where secrets of serpent spirits etched upon flesh in ink and blood. In clandestine unity, adherents gather beneath the moon's decree to offer themselves to ancient vows, eternalizing their pact through pain, whisper, and resolve. Here, the air hums with potent energies drawn from the deepest roots of the earth, their force magnified by the pulsating rhythms of drums and the fervor of atavistic chants. Nature herself stands watch over these guardians of tradition, sealed within vows uttered only when stars align to ancient constellations, as olden as the serpents themselves. The language of these rites is not our common tongue. It speaks in the resonance of symbols, forked lines, spirals, touches of crimson heralding the presence of the serpent deity within, in scars and scripted sigils. Each dedicated soul binds themselves indelibly to kindred spirits of scale and mystery. Skin becomes vellum for verses older than the trees that shield them from the prying skies. Invoking Bori possession dances, their limbs convulse with foreign vigor, moving to a melody unheard but deeply felt. They transcend, making space within the gods whose element is change. Shamans oversee transformations that merge mortal essence with the shifts of a karma chameleon's hue, wherein seekers may find benedictions entwined with curses of esoteric trial. In their fervent movements lie encoded messages depicting tales that thread from ancient myth into their own steadfast pulse. Spirits awaken just as threads binds tightly in the sacred garments or beads, conferring statuses manifested in these crossings of two worlds, the physical realm and an other world beyond our customary understanding. The sand beneath sacred feet churns with promise. Those who enter willingly pledge breath and bone to serpentine divinity, closing circles of power with blood's decree, aroma, and ink's defiant stand. Incept when hearts denied ignorance now strain with the overwhelming embodiment, the spirits within beckoning for total obeisance. As night dances feverishly into dawn, recall that you are not here as merely a bystander. Behold the riddled truths etching marks onto your awareness. You too, in carving remittance from howling silences unto whispers that noses each precipice of body and breath worn as accoutrements, sacred and heavy. Remember the mark of ink and blood. Your offers weigh as tokens in these mysteries, draped underneath veils, untouchable by sunlight's simple tale. Prophets of ash, doom-speaking serpentine shades. Follow me, initiate, into the realm of prophetic shadows, where serpents are not just beasts but bridges to the mystic clear-seeing, the seers enshrouded in coils of knowledge and doom. Hark the tales told around fires that leap high with sparks aspiring towards the heavens, as if to carry prayers and warnings offered by the doom-speaking serpentine shades. In these parts lie the diviners, their skins awash with ash, eyes afire with visions wrought by communion with serpents. These great pythons, broad as baobab roots and long as rivers, entwine the chosen, the threshold's guardians. With each compressing embrace, they squeeze forth glimpses of the time yet to weave itself into the tapestry of the now. Like the age-old Bavenda people, a folk who sought the python's wisdom, here too we revere these creatures that slumber upon the ancient rocks and in the deep crevices where water spirits dwell. Bones are cast and futures are told by voices trembling with oracular power. They echo the hiss that first spoke of waters ebb and flow, of crops flourish and wane, of kingdoms rise and fall. Lean in closer as seers speak. Listen as their words drift amidst smoke that curls into forms both haunting and imperative. These prophets, sprawled upon Stygian pools, where even willows cast their gaze in potent watchfulness, await the language of the lightless deep, ash-strewn limbs quivering in ecstatic revelation. Every hiss of the serpent, every unraveled omen proclaims a truth. Could be a bane, could be a blessing, dependent upon the whims of ancient spirits. These seers now bind with. In this feared practice lies a sacred connection, a channel through which they gather expectations from another world and disperse them into the air we breathe. Prepare your spirit for these revelations, give heed and bear witness to the burdens carried. Some shall be spoken into your core, altering the pace at which you march towards your destiny. These Serpentine oracles do not traffic in trivialities. Their prophecies are reserved for the weighty matters of existence and oblivion. Journeys like these are seldom safe or simple. Yet this wisdom, darkly gleaned, is a crucial facet of illumination that sought when first you stepped upon these ancient grounds. So know this, intrepid wanderer, through mysteries, whether laced with hope or drenched in cautionary portents. Prophecies demand the courage to perceive and the strength to proceed. Four. Spirits Entwined, the Psychospiritual Labyrinth. Step softly now, initiate, as we turn inward to the intricate maze nestled deep within ourselves. Here serpentine spirits thread through the labyrinth of our psyche, twining around the pillars of our deepest fears and greatest yearnings. They whisper ancient tales as old as humankind, their language echoing in the soul's vast chambers. Within this internal expanse, the serpent emerges as both guide and guardian through a world within, a realm simultaneously fertile and treacherous. Lay your insight bare, for these spirits of scale demand authenticity as you tread the worn paths of great healers, fearless warriors, and wise shamans before you. It is a journey that delicately balances the twin suns of insight, enlightenment, and madness. Lean closely upon each other here. African wisdom teaches the power of travel within the self, to wrestle with the serpent that we each bear in our spirit. To know oneself truly is to confront these archetypal beasts, to learn from their part in our stories. Ancestral healers, well versed in the rites of soul searching, dared these encounters, a passage through darkness to reach the dawn of comprehension. Amongst tribes stretching from the desert sands to the rainforests, shamans embark upon spirit quests, invoking serpents resembling the python of the Akan or the rainbow serpent of the Aborigines, seeking transformative communion. In rhythm with drums that echo the heartbeat of the earth itself, they slip the shackles of their earthly selves and confront the coiled enigmas within. In this chapter, you are invited to seek serpentine guidance, to face the entities nestled within the shadowed crevices of your subconscious. Let them lead you beyond surface apparitions, coaxing forth those aspects long banished from sight, but integral to the soul. You might find amid this communion answered coiled in secrets, eliminating paths once swallowed by darkness. To walk this path entails embracing wisdom salted with bitter herbs of ancient mysteries balanced against the honeyed knowledge of divinity. On emerging from this psycho-spiritual journey, you will no longer be confined by the limited dimensions you once called reality, but expanded into the truths knowable only once you've traversed the depths. With lessons gleaned from whispered guidance, emerge intertwined with firm resolve, and a perspective broader than horizons untold, bearing a serene understanding born from facing the serpent within. Five. Transmuting Elixirs, Portents in Venom and Antidote. Initiate, come forth into the presence of transformation, the sacred ground where venom meets flesh, where end and beginning meld into the singularity of experience. In the hush of sacred spaces, grasp the gravity of this trial, an initiation rite that seeks to unlock hidden realms or seal dubious fates. Here, among the stoic faces of elders, the threads of life and death delicately twist between fingertips that hold the elixir of serpents. The serpent, esteemed transmuter, guides the initiate's passage through doorways unseen. In such rituals across the great African continent, venom is respected for its might to both claim lives and elevate beings. The Fang Bearers, your celestial beings, invoke powers over and within you, turning blood to fire and pumping through you a cadence of ancient spirits. Witness the rare courage needed to stand before the hooded cobra or lay before the python, those sacred guardians of threshold realms, enigmatic in their silent whispers. The elders, stern yet purposeful, extract life's potion from within fearsome fangs, a transmutation promising wisdom alongside danger. There, a baptism by venom, life's drama unfolds, a challenge against all former understandings. It's an intricate dance between the seen and unseen, where serpentine entities are revered for the potency held within their sacred bite. This perilous communion harbors the promise that wounds inflicted in alignment with age-old trials shall distill profound metamorphosis, a separating and a synthesizing, a reforming of self that walks the tightrope between foundation and ascension. Gird your spirit, for this is not a mere brush with danger. It is a privilege into realms where one word holds sway above all others. Balance. Venom can kill, yes. A truth spoken under every sun. Yet here is also redemption's agent, when countered with the balm in oral tales, in poured libations, in the smeared ochre, an understanding that every peril navigated equates pathways emerging from fog. So heed the venom's twin narrative, a bearer of ends but also of beginnings, holding keys to chambers within self that may otherwise remain boreal shadows. As you emerge on the other side, scared yet unbroken, know that the serpent's gift may weave through you an authority wrung from the loom of perpetual change, setting aside yesteryear's illusions for tomorrow's unbounded skies. Conclusion. Emergence from the coiling depths, rebirth of the initiate. And now, As we rise out of the shadowed depths where ancient serpents reign, know that you, too, have been remade. You have journeyed through the myths deep as oceans and sacred as the mountains that touch the heavens. This voyage has not been without cost, for each revelation forges anew the burning core of your being. You have felt the heaviness of Earth's secrets and the lightness of its divinations. You have been marked by ink, blessed by flesh, and reborn by venom, all under the watchful eyes of those who walk with the ancestors. The rituals have immersed you in an ageless river of wisdom from where you have drunk deeply. And as you emerge on this other side, it is as if you awaken for the first time. No longer merely an initiate, you stand now as a vessel of untold revelations. Your every breath now speaks to the primordial dance between the serpent's enigmatic grace and its potential for destruction. Clarity no longer eludes you. Within your heart echoes a rhythm, the same one that dictated the serpent's motion at the dawn of creation. Understanding has seeped through your skin, mingling with your blood, a tincture as potent as any antidote or venom. With this knowledge comes responsibility, one that spans the bridges of time and consciousness. You must now carry forth this ancient echo, this enigmatic clarity, not just as an inner truth, but as a testament to those who come after. This is the profound essence of your transformation. As serpents cast off their skin to reveal a lustrous new layer beneath, so too have you shed old illusions, barring a soul resilient and enlightened that stands ready to weave its lore into the tapestry of life's unending narrative. Thanks for joining me. Join me again next time. This is the House of Horus, signing out.